Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF UHF net. My name is Frank. My call is W8EZT, but for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information to enhance net operating practices and to keep our members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We also operate an HF plus 6 band exploration net starting at 9:30 tonight after this net. Approximate frequencies are posted on the web and will be announced on this repeater immediately prior to the beginning of the net. Tonight we will be on 80 meters at approximately 3.827 megahertz. That's again 9:30. The exact frequency will depend on band activity, QRM. Please join us if you have the privileges and the equipment. We'll start with some announcements. Let me pause for time. We'll start with some a request for check-ins from any club member or officer with important information. Then we'll run through our announcements. I'm going to do that the other way. We're going to do the announcements and then check in. And then go to check-ins 5 at a time. So let me hit the announcements.
W8VPV. Repeater. PL110.9.
This Wednesday, the club presentation, this will be the activity meeting, will be a presentation on our repeater. Yours truly, myself, W8EZT, will be doing a presentation on the club's repeater, a little bit of its history, what we have up there now, some of the problems we've had and solved, how it's working right now, and then we're going to be hopefully talking about future plans. You want to see from the members where you want to go with this. Repeater technology is changing. Things people do with repeaters is changing, so we want to listen to your input there. So as much as a demonstration meeting, it will be also a planning for the future meeting. And this meeting, like all our meetings, will be both Zoom and in person. Thursday, the 26th, will be the Aries meeting. That's the following evening. It'll be the first meeting of the year, and I believe they will have, among other things, a presentation on their new repeater that was just put in. They now have 4, as I understand it, repeaters on the Aries frequency, so that might be an interesting one. Saturday, Sunday, January 28th and 29th is Winter Field Day. We're not doing this as an organized club activity, but if you want to operate as an individual, I strongly encourage it. We've had a lot of fun in the past and hope to do it again next year, I should say. Wednesday, February 8th is our business meeting. Who knows what else will be in there? We may have a small demonstration. As I say, we're trying to get the meetings to be a little bit more accurate. Again, that'll be at the church and as a Zoom meeting. Wednesday, February 23rd, Greg Latta, Alpha 8 Victor, will be doing a presentation as a Zoom meeting on a home radio telescope. We certainly encourage you to tune in on that one. Then February 23rd is an Aries meeting, and March 22nd, Anthony will do a 10 meters for all presentation. All right, with that out of the way, do we have any officers or members that have any important announcements of general interest to the club? All right, nothing heard. We'll go right to check-ins. This is W8VPP. Looking for check-ins.
Please check in November 8, Ocean Queen Papa.
Good evening. Go ahead, we'll get 4 more.
WA3JAT.
All right, we got Jim next.
K8ZT.
Got you, Anthony, next.
WO3X.
Got you, John, next.
KPU.
KPU, got you, Larry. Okay, back to the top. Good evening, Pat. Go ahead.
Evening, everybody. Just figured I'd drop in here for a couple minutes and say hello. Not sure if I'm going to make the meeting Wednesday, but we'll see what happens. Got a doctor's appointment tomorrow that should fill me in on what I'm allowed to do and what I ain't. But one way or the other, I will be there probably the first meeting of February. That's about it. Thanks for everybody for keeping everything going for me while I've been laid up here. Believe me, it is appreciated. I think that's it. Back to net. And by the way, I'm planning on doing the first net of February, so yeah, my usual week in February, so I can take that duty back for sure. And OQP back to net.
Very good, Pat. I'll look forward to hearing you back on the air, and yeah, we've missed you certainly. I do need to talk to you real quick about the capabilities of your laptop in terms of what software you have on there. I will call you after the nets if that's okay. All right, let's see. Is that okay, Pat?
I had talked to Jim. Is it the same thing?
I don't think so. I needed to know if you have PowerPoint and VLC installed on your on that little thin PC or laptop we were using for the Zoom meeting.
I don't think it's got VLC, but that's easily put on there. But I'm pretty sure I have PowerPoint.
Okay, I'm going to be relying on that for Wednesday then. All right. Sorry to take up everybody's time. Thanks, Pat. On to Jim, WA3JAT. Go ahead.
W8VPV and the group. Good evening to everybody. This is WA3JAT. Side to you, I do have that computer at my house right now, so if you want to see if you want to set it up ahead of time to see how that works, let me know and we can get together.
I might take you up on that, Jim. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, and I would say I'd send an announcement on the activity meeting in February to Vince, the newsletter editor, and we'll also be sending an announcement on Anthony, and those announcements will provide a little bit more information on both of those presentations, and I'm looking forward to both of them. We have a wealth of information in our own, of course, both club members, and Greg is actually driving up here all the way from Maryland just to do.
I'm sorry, Jim, you dropped out on the very last part of that. Greg is actually driving up here?
That is a Roger. He is coming in person to do that presentation.
Oh my gosh, well, we certainly want a good turnout then. Definitely worth your time, folks. Greg, as you know, is an excellent presenter. In the past, he's done our Christmas party several times, and that's always been a great success. So you won't want to miss this one. And thank you, Jim, for helping line that up.
Well, I would say if we have a Renaissance man in the club, it's Greg.
I fully agree with that. Very good. All right, thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Look forward to seeing you there Wednesday. Next up, Anthony, KZT. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Frank and everyone on the net. Glad to be on this evening. A couple quick announcements. I'm going to post on our website, but it's also available at radpack.us. There's 7 hours, 3 hours of HF, and 4 hours of VHF, UHF beginners instructional videos and slideshows. So I'll put all those up there, and you can also get to them from the website. Just a reminder, next weekend's 9:30 net will be a little bit different. We're going to take a trip back in history to the 1950s, and we're going to do 160 on AM. So get your AM transmitters ready and join us next Monday at 9:30 for 160 AM.
Very good, Anthony. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what I've got that'll work as an antenna, but I'll try to put something together here and see if I can get some kind of signal coming out of here. Anything else then?
Yes, I also want to mention that I have updated the Hamfest that are taking place within 100 miles or so of here on the website. So there's some new posting for Hamfest. If you go on the website and take a look at the calendar, you'll see Tusco in April, Warren, Tailgate Fest in August or July. I think it's August. But take a look at the calendar. This is KHCT.
Very good. Thanks very much, Anthony. Appreciate that. And yeah, Tusco was a surprise. That was one of the first ones of the calendar year, usually in January and down south of here. And last couple of years it didn't happen. And luckily, or good enough, it looks like it's now moved to the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds. So Google that, and there's some good information out there, as Anthony said, on our club website. All right, next up, John, WO3X.
Good evening, Frank, and all on the net. This is WO3X. Yeah, that Tusco Hamfest last year was a tailgate fest in one of the parks down there. And it wasn't in January at all. It was, I forget when it was. It was later in the year. Let's see, and oh yeah, the 160 meter thing. The reason we're going to try AM is because during the nets last week, I mentioned that we would be doing the 5th Monday band exploration net on 160 meters on or about 1887 kilohertz, and Bill KAAWTK mentioned that's right in between two popular AM frequencies. So I chose the middle there, 1887.5 kilohertz, and we'll see how that works out. That's why we're going to do AM. So that was hopefully that'll be fun for us all. Let's see, and yeah, the Wash Fest is February 26th, and so I'll be going to that unless there's some big snow forecast, and so I'll take some of our flyers to that too. So with that, back to the net. This is WO3X.
W8VPV. Repeater.
All right, thanks, John. I appreciate that. I will get some more of those flyers printed up then and make sure I get them to you before that. So every little bit of publicity helps. And again, get the word out. Our Hamfest is coming up here Saturday, April 15th, and we're hoping to do at least as good as last year. All right, bottom of my list is Larry, K8PU. Good evening, Larry.
Good evening, Frank. Everybody on the net. Nothing new to report here. Just fun for the numbers, pretty much. Good to hear Pat there, sounding chipper. Hope he can make the meeting. I can't do 80, so I look forward to seeing all you guys Wednesday evening, and hope Pat can be in the crowd. So that's about all I have. Back to you, Frank. See you Wednesday. W8VPV, K8PU.
All right, Larry, very good. Good hearing you in there, and look forward to seeing you Wednesday. All right, I'm at the bottom of my list, so let's get 5 more check-ins. This is W8VPV.
November 8, November Hotel, Mark and Akron, in and out.
All right, Mark, I got you in and out. What was the call again?
November 8, November Hotel.
Gotcha, N8, that's hard to say. Thanks, Mark. Have a good one. Next, please.
Alpha Charlie 8, X-Ray Oscar.
Got you, Vince. Next.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor, Quebec X-Ray, Joe.
Victor, Quebec, X-Ray. What was the prefix again?
Kilo Echo 8, Victor, Quebec X-Ray, it's Joe.
All right, got you, Joe. Next.
W8DIS, in and out.
All right, got you, Bill. Next.
HMS.
All right, Steve, haven't heard you in a while. Let me get one more here.
Echo 8, Uniform Lima Alpha. Name's Jim.
All right, and Jim, Uniform Lima Alpha, I'll get back to you then. Thanks very much. All right, next up, Vince, AC8XO. Good evening.
Good evening, Frank, and everybody on the net. End of the month, that kind of nonsense, or close to end of the month. Anybody wants to throw newsletter articles at me, that's fine. I'll be out of the States in February, and so I'll miss all kinds of stuff, but that doesn't matter. I never attend, unfortunately, due to health. But anyway, if you want to submit stuff, I will be more than happy to put it in the newsletter, both for January and for February. I will not be on the net in February, by the way. Anyway, back to you, Frank. This is AC8XO.
All right, very good, Vince. I'll try to come up with something here and get it to you. And again, thank you for what you do for the club. It's the contributions of just members like you that makes this club a wonderful place. So thanks very much, then. All right, next up, KE8 Joe, VQX I've got.
W8VPV KE8VQX. It's Joe. Hello, Frank, and everyone else. Not much to report. Just I've been availing myself of the general license class that you guys are putting on, and it's been a good time. I usually can't show up when everyone else does, so I have to go back and do the work. This time it was a ski trip that I was on, so I missed Sunday. But I really like it, and I appreciate it. It's obvious there's been a lot of work put into it, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, hopefully I'll be a general before too long. Appreciate it again. W8VPV, this is KE8VQX. Back to net.
Very good, Joe, and thanks for helping along and being part of the class. We do appreciate it. Unfortunately, we had a little something happened, and we did not get a recording of the second week of class, so I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We just figured that out, so if you can't find it, bear with us. But thanks for participating, and certainly look forward to talking to you as a general. All right, Bill was in and out, so next up, Steve, K8HMS. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, hi, Frank. Annette, K8HMS. Yeah, good to hear you. Good to hear everybody. Yeah, been kind of busy, just doing things, and I think I heard you say there's 80 meters for the other net tonight, but unfortunately my 60-foot long wire is down right now, so I won't be able to get on 80. Or hoping to get it up before the 1:60 a.m. I would really like to do that. Anyhow, been playing around with that World Radio Sports Championship thing they got going. Right here.
It's always good. It's another contest, another way to connect with more hams in the area. So appreciate that, Dan. All right, hopefully we'll see you Wednesday. Next up, Jim, KE8ULA. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Not much going on with me. I'm just recovering from hip surgery still. So I finally got a decent power supply, and I brought the mobile rig into the shack here where it's nice and warm. I finally had some time to get a decent program put into the thing. Voice a little cracky today. Other than that, I'm going to zoom into the meeting on Wednesday, and looking forward to it. KE8ULA.
very good, Jim. Yeah, that's what I'm working with right now is a mobile supply or a mobile rig in my shack on a 12-volt power supply, and it does quite fine. You'll find that antenna, a bigger antenna you can get up outside on 2 meters, and of course UHF. The better the happier you'll be with it. So good luck and congratulations there. All right, once again, I'm at the bottom of my list, so we're looking for 5 more check-ins to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF UHF net. WB8, that's Mike. How you doing, Mike? Next.
KE8 KDI. KE8 DFH, Chuck.
All right, you got Ron in there, and there's another station in there. Other station, go ahead.
KE8 DFH, Chuck.
All right, KE8 DFH, Chuck it was. Very good. Next check-in, please. Do you have any more check-ins?
N8ALQ.
Walt, good to hear you in there. Let me see if I can get one more, and then we'll go back to the top. Do we have any more check-ins for the Monday night net?
KA8WTK.
All right, at the bottom of the list, WTK. Bill, good to hear you. We'll get right back to you. All right, top of the pile was Mike, WB8CXO. Good evening. How you doing? Very good, Mike. If you're going to be anywhere near 220 when I get done with the nets tonight, I'd like to pick your brains about our repeater. I think you heard I'm doing a presentation on it Wednesday, and you probably have some historical insight there that I certainly don't have. So I'll give you a call when I get off the nets. If you're there, appreciate it. Alrighty, very good then. Thanks, Mike. Have a good one. Next up, Ron, KE8 KVI. How you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad, Frank. Good evening, everybody out there in Radio Land. A good part of my day has been working on technical issues, and I have Al and my daughter, Melinda, all stressed out now, so now I have to fix problems they have. Yay.
Very good. Did you and Melinda get a decision on how she was going to connect to her wireless?
Yep, she actually has the tech coming out tomorrow morning, and they're going to remove the pod that links everything together to, as a repeater or an extender, and they're going to try to separate the two nodes so that she can actually set up her cameras, or I can set up her cameras.
Very good. You wonder how many people have to deal with that and give up before they get to that point. Well, good luck, and I certainly hope that gets resolved then. All right, Ron, appreciate it. We'll catch you later. Next up, KE8 DFH. Chuck, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Frank. This is KE8 DFH. I've only got an antenna mounted and brought my mobile indoors to be able to transmit. I'll see you guys Wednesday night.
Very good. Good, clear signal. Sounds like you got everything working fine. Look forward to meeting you then. Appreciate it. Walt, N8ALQ, go ahead.
Well, good evening, Frank, and everybody on the net. All of you fans of winter, it looks like you may be getting what you wanted. I'm more of a fan of cold weather, but not necessarily snow. So hopefully everybody enjoy what's coming, and we know it's going to clear up and things will be fine and shortly. So this is N8ALQ, back to net 73.
Thanks, Walt. Good hearing you in there. And, you know, I think back as a child to the winters. I grew up in this area. I mean, we'd lose sight of the ground late November, and it would be going from white to progressively dark gray as the winter went on, and we wouldn't start to see the ground and the grass pop through till late March, early April. So this is really nothing. I could take some more snow. I'm not asking for it, but I could certainly deal with more snow and even a little more cold before I really start complaining. But it is what it is. It's Ohio. We're here, and I'm going to enjoy it as one of the 4 seasons we have. All right. KA8WTK. Good evening, Bill. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Frank. This is Bill, KA8WTK. Bill and Talmadge, and we're doing pretty good. Actually, I kind of enjoyed this last snow. It's nice and pretty. Piled up on the trees out back and everything. Looked pretty good. I was looking through some pictures, and by March 5th last year, I was running trains out in the backyard. So this is only temporary, and it hasn't been that bad, like you say. Working tonight with some LED strips, LED strips, trying to figure out how to get them to bend to my will. So it's playing on the bench, break for time. We've just about got Christmas put away. Takes my wife about a month to get everything out and the house fully decorated. It takes just as long and sometimes longer to get everything put away. She's very particular about this. Things are put into bags with notes, with names, where they came from. So when the kids someday have to go through it, they'll know what's junk and they'll know what's belonged to their great-great-grandparents. That's about it. Back to net. W8VPV, KA8WTK.
Very good, Bill. Are those LED strips those individually addressable ones where you send the chain of data and each unit pulls its 8 bits off and passes the rest down?
Nope, nothing so expensive. These came from Five Below, and they're addressable with a remote controller. I got one that does colors. This one is the strip that I'm playing with does white. Just is all white lights, and I wanted to have a certain lighting effect, so I'm about ready to cut the cable and see if I can't get that done.
Very good. Yeah, I saw a YouTube video a couple of weeks ago on these LED strips with individually addressable LEDs, and how it works is just dirt simple. I want to drop what I'm doing and play with it, but I have too many other things going, so I got to force it out of my mind. All right, very good, Bill. Appreciate the check-in, man. Once again, I'm down at the bottom of the list. About 16 check-ins so far. I'd like to get it up to maybe 20. So let me try again. This is W8VPV, the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club, Monday night, VHF, UHF net. We're looking for check-ins.
Number 8, Whiskey Hotel Romeo, Mike, Brunswick, in and out.
All right, Mike, got you. Appreciate that. Any more check-ins? All right, I'll run through the announcements once more, then make one more call for check-ins, and if nothing, then wrap it up. All right, this Wednesday, the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Wednesday fellowship meeting will be myself presenting our club repeater, the thing we're talking over right now. A little bit about its history, its current status, some of the maintenance that's been done on it, and finally we're going to get to future plans. We're going to start talking about what we can do to improve and enhance our repeaters. So want to see a lot of club members there, and hope you can make it and help plan the future of this repeater. Following day, Thursday, the 26th, is the Erie's first meeting of the year. They also just installed a new repeater, and I believe Ken will be doing a presentation on what that was all about. End of the month, Saturday and Sunday, January 28th and 29th, is Winter Field Day. Let me break for time. This year we will not be doing Winter Field Day as a club under the W8VPV call, but that's not to stop you from trying it on your own. You can go to the site, look up the rules. It's pretty straightforward. You'll be operating as a home station if that's where you're operating. and it's a good chance to make contacts and get another QSO in your book. Wednesday, February 28th, coming up into February, will be our business meeting. We may have something on the back end of that. We're trying to get the meetings to be more than just business, so stay tuned for that. The fellowship or activity meeting of that month will be the 22nd. Greg Lauda, Alpha 8 Victor, will be coming into town to do a presentation on home radio telescopes. I don't think you're going to want to miss that one. Greg's been our speaker in past Christmas parties and he's a phenomenal presenter, whether it's about music or technology, and I look forward to what he is going to be doing here. The next evening, Thursday, February 23rd, is the Aries meeting, and looking into March for the activity meeting, Anthony will be doing a presentation on 10 meters for all. Break for time.
W8VPV. Repeater. PL110.9.
And let's see here, coming up later this evening at 9:30, we'll be doing our band exploration net. Tonight it will be 80 meters, single sideband, 3.827 or thereabouts megahertz, depending on QRM and band noise. And that'll be at 9:30. And then finally, just as a reminder, next Monday will be our 5th net of the month. Those we usually do an unusual or an odd frequency combination for our band exploration net. It'll be 160 meters AM, amplitude modulation. So plan on joining us there on the next Monday on 160 meters AM. I'll be more about it again in the club website on the calendar. All right, that's all the announcements I've got. Do we have any last check-ins?
W03X recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Those of us who might be participating in Winter Field Day this coming weekend, when we go to log our, submit our logs, let's put, if they have club affiliation, then we use Cuyahoga Falls ARC for our club affiliation. Back to the net, this is W03X.
Very good, John. In the past, I don't think I have seen club affiliation, but I don't remember right now. Maybe you just put it in the comments of the log. But if they do ask for a club affiliation, yes, feel free to put our club call W8VPV in. Anything else, John?
No, that's all. Thanks.
All right, that's it. Okay, well, we've worked all the check-ins, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. In preparing this close to net, to close this net, I'd like time to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, of course, there would be no net. This has been Frank, W8EZT, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close this net with 18 check-ins, myself included, and return this repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor closing the net at 9:03 p.m. Thanks and have a good evening. 73.
Good job, sir. Thanks, and catch you probably on 80 meters. And OQP.
Warm the rig up now, W8EZT.
You still want to talk, you can buzz my phone whenever you're ready. And OQP.
Sounds good.
King Ocean Bravo, I heard. What do you see down in Fulton? Right by 85. Come on up. John. Yeah, I got your call. Is Casey?
Yeah, he gets burned out because it's much.
That shit's so small, and he says he had a hell of a time. He's 50-something. He's about like Gary I, wears 3 pairs of glasses.
Yeah, most of them guys wouldn't work on them if they could get parts. If they had a whole back room full of parts, they don't want to work on them.
North Carolina.
Oh, well, Paulie, I'm happy for you, man. You got a big spread there. That is so cool, man. Probably much better weather than what it was up north, eh?
Well, yeah. Don't get as much of that white crap.
I got more coming tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah, we got some coming here, too.
Tomorrow night, we're saying 4 to 6 inches.
Good Lord, Ken, if you had 4 to 6 inches, you could be in the movies.
Well, that's what I was telling Mousy. She was going to get overnight. So, it could happen.
Well, you never know.
I mean, depending on the weather, yeah.
That is, if the wind is blowing.
If the wind is blowing and the wood is right.
I'll be driving in it Wednesday morning, I guess. On the way to Chicago. I wanted to ask Bert if I should wear my body armor driving through town.
What? You're going to wear body armor?
So I wanted to ask Bert if I should wear my bulletproof vest on the way through town.
Why not?
Man, somebody's really dirty up there or down there on 34. Holy cow.
Every night, Ken. Every night, partner.
Man, that dude right there, he is really dirty.
We tried to tell them, a couple of them down there dirty.
I'm just far enough away, I guess, because I don't hear them.
Yeah, like man switches for the TL922, you can't get that stuff anymore. I mean, they're completely obsolete.
And I mean, who in the hell can afford a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 radio? And not everybody can. I mean, some people can, but I can't.
Yeah, but that's why they make $1,000 ones too.
Alright. They're selling them. They're selling those big rigs.
Yeah, but I mean, most of us people's on fixed income. We ain't got that kind of money.
Well, but yeah, there are those who do, though.
There's a lot of them that do.
Yes, sir, buddy. I heard one guy one night was talking about he had his 990 in the car, 990 at his camping place, had another 990 and another one of them big ICOM, your big rigs. He just had more money and sense.
Well, more power to him, I guess. I'm happy for him. Hey, gang, WB9NIR.
Man, I think I heard a station way out there.
Here's Whiskey Bravo
W8VPV. Repeater.
That wasn't, What are you doing, Arby?
Oh, enjoying the night.
Have a good night, boys. I'm done.
Over now.
WD9NIR. Enjoying the night after my 16th anniversary party at work. And I'll fill you in on that a little bit later. Back to you, W8VKK, WD9NIR.
Yeah, you can tell me about your party tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't even know who you're talking to, Arby. Yeah, you're talking to somebody ain't even on here.
Oh, sorry about that.
Got your snowplow ready, Gary?
Mom was saying something about snow, but I don't know.
We're supposed to get 5 inches, I think, or 6. Nah, Gary will probably luck out. We'll get about half inch.
I won't even get that. But just take just a weedy or what you call it there, on them yard back and just blow it away.
There you go. You got much snow there, Gary?
He ain't had any. We got about a half inch here, North Ohio.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot here either.
I ain't gonna have any next week 'cause I'm going to Florida.
Go for it. You gonna finally make it, man?
God, I hope so. Get out of here, at least for a month or so.
Yeah, so I had my 16th work anniversary, and ever since
he
my
can't afford to go down there.
Doing something rather unique at work.
What are you doing, Arby?
Yeah, 5 o'clock, I pull out a bottle of single malt scotch and start pouring shots in my office for the rest of the office.
That's good. 16 years. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I gotta tell you, man, the tradition has really caught on, man. We had to move it over into a conference room. We had well over a dozen people, man. It was a rowdy good time.
That's good. 16 years, $150 an hour. See, $150 an hour times 16 years. Hell, you ought to be a millionaire.
Well, technically I am, because I'm sure I've earned $1 million. As to whether I've kept it all, that's a whole nother story. I got the SYL here, you know, and then there's, 3 cats and veterinary bills and mortgage, and you know how it is. But, we managed to hang on to a little bit of it.
Well, most of my money, I guess, in the last 30 years, most of it I spent on women and booze, and the rest of it, I guess, I just wasted.
Yeah, well, I just spent a nice little penny on this new FTD X10, so, as you speculated, I'm not exactly naked and starving in Somalia.
You know what that's about, huh, Dan? New 10, new 710.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on radio here last night. I think I'm going for a while.
You gonna take a break?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break.
Hell, you used to have that, you had a 5,000 for a while, right? A couple of years ago. Yeah, Gary's one of those. Got a lot of buttons.
Oh, yeah, I've got a lot of buttons.
Now this old TS2000's got about too many knobs for me.
Touch on them.
Yeah, you got touchscreen on that new one. My phone's like that. I always hit the wrong damn thing, too.
I hate to say this, as much of a tech geek as I am, I still use a flip phone.
Well, you can't afford one of them good ones, and my phone's they're $1,000.
No, it's not that. It's just that I see these young kids with their nose in their damn phones, man. I'm surprised they don't walk in a wall.
Oh, they do. They drive off the road. And they all got to keep in touch. What else they got to do? They won't work. They got to just talk to one another.
And they think that's work.
Well, they don't know what work is.
Yeah, I'm looking at the meter, and it's flickering plus 40. You said that like 2 minutes ago.
Am I allowed to go then, Kenny? Can I go, please?
That's kind of the route that both Deb and I took with it, was
and stuff, but not when my limbs are attached to them.
I got to make a bunch of bullets for them, too.
Yeah, I got some bullets with no weight in them, and then I went and bought me some lead fishing weight. Sometimes you shoot it up so high, it don't have enough weight to pull the string down there, and it'll hang up there, and I've had to leave it up there, and eventually it'll work its way down.
Yeah, we were shooting, I think they call them arborist weights. Arbors use them to shoot strings up and stuff. I forget where I got them at. Found them, I think they were like maybe 16 ounce or something like that, or maybe 14 ounce anyways. They did pretty good. I mean, we weren't shooting them up too awful far. I think furthest we got it up was about 70 feet. That's far enough.
My trouble is I got so many trees that I can't clear one to get over the other one. You know what I mean?
That's my problem, one.
Well, when Charlie came up there, Larry's to redo his 160. I got to watch Robin Hood in action. It was pretty impressive.
You weren't over there when I was.
No, I think you were up there the last time. Gosh, was it maybe a couple of years ago? Whenever we got that inverted L up for him.
I went with Charlie when he went up and looked and checked his tractor out and got it ready to be shipped down here.
Yeah, that was the second time we've had to put Larry's antenna up. Hopefully it's still up there.
I would say it probably is. I've not heard him say anything about it coming down on him or anything.
I think we got it up there pretty good this time. It's in the same place, though, that it was in before.
Right there in the corner of his lot.
Yeah. It seemed to work out okay for him there.
Yeah, it's just one band that I've just not got into. I just don't have the real estate to
to put up anything for 160, or if I was to put up something for 160, I'd probably have to do away with the tower because it'd have to be a ground-mounted vertical, and I'd rather not be limited to one band.
Well, you could shut feed that tower.
That idea has crossed my mind. If I did something like that, I would at least want Charlie to be up here so I could do it right. See how it's done right. I've never shunt feeded anything like that.
How tall tower are you planning on putting up?
Well, what is that? It would be that. The one that I have up now is about 40 foot. And I think you said that room 35, it's what, 40 foot?
I believe it's 40 foot.
Yeah, so it would be, well, actually, probably be about 37 feet once you get it in the ground, you know.
That's fairly short for a shunt pad 160.
Yeah, that is another thing. Yeah, probably need at least 50 or 60 foot of tire to shunt feed something like that.
KB8 and JJ22, I think.
KB8KIM.
W8LMG.
W8 out of
NUHJ.
Yeah, they are on.
Our neighbors farm wet and stuff, and that really helps out because, you know, I
didn't want to. It would have been a messy job anyway.
Of course, I didn't know what he was going to do, but they went in there and took all 3 feet and passed them all with extra class.
Port. Link off. W8VPV. Repeater.
This is W8ECT. It looks like 80 meters right on our desired frequency is open, so tonight's band exploration net will be on 3.827 megahertz, and we'll see if we can catch you there. W8ECT.
W8VPV. Repeater.
Alrighty, cast wide at 7208. This is W8ECT getting ready for a club net on this frequency. Is this frequency clear? W8ECT standing by. Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night HF net. My name is Frank. My call is W8ECT, but for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information to enhance net operating practices and to keep our members up to date about current club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 9:30 p.m. local time, preceded by the VHF UHF net at 8:30 and amateur radio newsline at 8:01. We also operate an HF. We are operating the HF plus 6 band expiration night, rotating on different bands throughout the month, and tonight, of course, we're on 80 meters. Frequency has been announced already on our repeater, so let me move over to the announcements. This Wednesday, I'll be doing a presentation for the club activity meeting on our current repeater system, a little bit about its history, what we have up there, and how it operates now, and most importantly, I'll be soliciting ideas for future plans. If you can attend either in person at the church or via Zoom, link on our calendar, please do so. We'd appreciate your input and attendance. Next evening, Thursday, January 26th, is an Aries meeting. It's the first of the year. Ken will be talking about the new Aries repeater that was just installed, giving them a total of 4. Should be an interesting program. Saturday and Sunday, January 28th and 29th, is Winter Field Day. While we won't be participating formally as a club, we encourage you to participate in Winter Field Day and up your QSO count. Wednesday, February 8th will be our business meeting, again at the church and on Zoom. We're probably going to do something in addition to a business meeting. Don't know what at this point, but should be interesting to see, so stay tuned. Wednesday, February 22nd, Greg Lauda, Alpha Alpha 8 Victor. I'll be doing a presentation on the home radio telescope. He'll be coming in from Fossburg, where he's now a retired professor, and giving a presentation at our club meeting. So look forward to seeing him. He's been a Christmas presenter in the past, and whether his topic is music or engineering or radio, ham radio, he's always an excellent presenter. Thursday, February 23rd is the Aries meeting, and March 22nd, Anthony, K8ZT, is doing a presentation on 10 meters for all. All right, with that, let's go to check-ins. This is WA3VPV.
WA3JAT.
WA3JAT. I'm going to try these. I'll go 5 at a time, see what I've got here. So stand by, Jim. Next check-in, please.
Kilo 8 Zulu Tango.
Got you, Anthony. Next. Down in the noise, but I got you, Pat. N8OQP. Next. WB8CXO. Got you, Mike. Next. All right, I got 4 check-ins. We'll start and work those 4. First up, Jim, WA3JAT. Go ahead.
WA3PV, WA3JAT. Well, I've lived in Ohio long enough. I probably should be an 8, but still got the 3 calls. Probably will always have that 3 call. Very good. Just wonder, other than saying hello again to everybody, Anthony, are you running more than 5 watts? Because you're stronger than I think I've heard you in a long time on any band. If you're running 5 watts, that's pretty incredible for how strong you are here. You're about 20 over. Got a couple programs coming up, as you already mentioned, Frank, and your program, of course, this Wednesday. Looking forward to that, too. W8VPV, WA3JAT.
Very good, Jim. As far as I'm concerned, you've earned your 8. And the way I made my 3, it kind of looked like an 8, and that's how I got off on that path. But good hearing you there, Jim. Of course, good to see you Wednesday. I'm working on the presentation this evening, and tomorrow I may get in touch with you to check out that PC and make sure we got everything we need there. So very good. All right, next up, Anthony, K8ZT. Go ahead.
This is K8ZT running 100 watts. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jim, but this is 100 watts because I didn't change the setting. This is the FT DX10, and we had a little mic problem that we took care of a little earlier. Thought it was a power supply problem, but John and Frank were able to figure out it was a mic problem, so we got that taken care of. What Jim and I have been doing for the last couple of weeks here is we've been chasing DXC countries because we did 2 entries in the marathon last year. And the nice thing is the marathon starts again each year. We've been rushing to see how many we can get, and I passed 100 on Saturday, and I've added a few since then, so I'm at 113 now. Picked up 8 today, and I think Jim picked up 9 new ones today, so if you haven't been on the HF bands, get on. They've been great. This was on 20 through 10, KHCT.
Very good, Anthony. Absolutely. The bands are up. Solar activity is way up, and if you're not on the air, you're missing something that may not come back for another 11 years or so. Somewhere along the line in your modulation, it got a little choppy, Anthony. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe somebody else can add something to it, but we got you loud and clear, and yeah, this is about the loudest I've heard you also. All right, next up, Pat, N80QP. Go ahead. I got my ears on.
Good evening, everybody. We finally got tuned up here, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me as well as you could, Anthony. My God, Anthony, 100 watts, you? I heard you I heard you better than anybody on this band so far. You're 25 over 9. Anyway, don't have a whole lot for tonight. Just figured I'd check in with everybody. And we will go ahead and let everything else go. I am listening. N80QP, back to net.
Very good, Pat. Got you loud and clear there. And yeah, I wish I'd been rolling tape to hear Anthony say I'm running 100 watts. That's a rare statement. Oh boy, sorry, Anthony. we're just on you tonight. Let's see here. Next on the list, Mike WB86. Good evening, sir. How you doing? Very good, Mike. As always, really great hearing you in there. Every now and then I cross paths with Floyd, and as a matter of fact, he was on the, no, he didn't make the net tonight, but cross paths with him, and I got to get to dinner with him one of these times. Told him I was going to bring some burgers over, and we'll give that a try. But maybe I can catch up with you one of these days in person also. All right, very good then. I'm at the bottom of the list, so let's see who else is out there. This is always a shorter net than our VHF UHF net. So do you have any check-ins for the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night HF net?
November 8, Yankee Romeo X-ray, Buck in green.
Good evening, Buck. How you doing this evening? I'm going to take check-ins one at a time. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, I can't hear very well. My noise floor is so high that everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, 2 stations are above the noise, and the other ones I've heard are just equal to it, and you probably can't hear me that well either, but I got Mike at about 40 over, and I was getting Anthony at about 10 over 9, so I'm sure you can't hear me that well because my ground wave is horrible, so I'll send it back to you, N8YRX.
All right, very good, Buck. Looks like somebody's trying to tune up on top of us, but we'll see if we can't wrap this up. Appreciate the check-ins then. This is WAVPV looking for any more check-ins. Go ahead now.
Kilo Alpha 8, Whiskey Tango Kilo, KA8WTK.
And good evening, Bill. We're taking them one at a time, so go ahead.
Yeah, good evening again. Hello, everybody else on the net. Using my old ICOM 730 tonight. I haven't had it on in a long time. I usually use it as an exciter for the 4-400 AM rig, but I haven't had that on in a very long time, it seems. The other thing I'm thinking about doing here is I'm going to have to get the DX60 warmed up before next week and make sure it still works. Seeing how I suggested AM on 160, I would like to make a presentable appearance there. So we'll get that 100 water fired up. So back to you, Frank, W8BPV, KA8WTK.
Very good, Bill. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. My antenna is a vertical with an ATU at the base, and I do have a ladder line center-fed 40 meter horizontal, and I'm thinking of shorting the ladder here where it comes in and feeding it as a from a center feed point either end, and then put a tuner on it and see if I can get it to auto tune to 160. But we'll have to see what happens. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I will. Make sure you get time to try it all out prior. Preparation.
Yeah, somebody's tuning in right on top of us right now, so you're desensing me, but I got the gist of that. Anything else for the net, Bill?
Not tonight. Carry on. W8VPV, KA8WTK.
All right, Bill, very good then. This is W8VPV. Looking for any other check-ins? Come now.
WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-ray.
All right, John, WO3X, you're on top of the tune-up, but I can hear you. You're winning. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm on this Zygu G90 that I had goofed up last month, and so it only puts out 20 watts, so it's doing pretty good here. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, W8VPV. This is WO3X.
Wow, it's doing good. You're giving me 10 over S9, and it's got real good audio, so I guess it's got something going for it. What antenna are you using?
The wire dipole. It's a 80 and 40 meter dipole. It has coils about 5 feet from each end to make it for 80 meters.
Oh, okay. Well, it's working pretty good then. Got a good copy on you. Appreciate the check-in, John. All right, this is W8VPV looking for any more check-ins. All right, I'll run through the announcements real quick. Ask for one more round of check-ins and then wrap it up here. This Wednesday, I'll be talking about our club repeater at the club site. It'll also be a Zoomed meeting. We'll be touching on the history, the current system, some of the maintenance we've done, some of the issues we're facing, and future plans, and that's where I need club members' input. What do we want to do with this repeater? What do we want to do to enhance its functionality? Following day, Thursday, January 26th, is the Aries meeting. It's first meeting of the year, and I believe Tim will be doing a presentation on the new Aries repeater that was just put in, giving us a total of 4 repeaters throughout Summit County. They rock. End of this month, Saturday and Sunday, January 28th, 29th, is Winter Field Day. We are not participating, but we encourage you as a club, but we encourage you as individuals too. So by all means, give it a try. You can find the rules at the Winter Field Day website. Wednesday, February 8th is our business meeting. It'll also be some kind of a demonstration. I'm not sure what. Something simple, something quick, but something interesting. Wednesday, February 22nd, our activity meeting will be Greg Latta, Alpha 8 Victor, doing a presentation on home radio telescope. You too can monitor the stars from home. Thursday, February 23rd will be an Aries meeting. March 22nd, that'll be our activity meeting for March. Anthony will be doing 10 meters for all. It'll be an interesting one. All right, with that, do we have any last check-ins?
KATT, Kilo 82 Tango, recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Okay, I'm running 5 watts now.
All right, give me a count and let me look at my S meter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kilo 8 Zulu Tango.
You know, you're still kicking me at S5, or 5 over S9. Very good antenna. You must have a good antenna, and you're good into my backyard tonight.
That's my stroper off the tower that I'm using. Hey, the reason why I wanted to recheck is that some people who like to get on it will give the 160 AM a try tonight, right after we're done.
I haven't had a chance to set up a tuner on my antenna yet, so I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I'll listen in and see what I can hear.
Anyone else who's able to check in at 160 will go down to 1.8875.
Is that going to be after the net? This is WO3X.
Yes, right after we're done. This is KATT.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there.
What was that frequency again?
The frequency was 1.8875. Let me go ahead and wrap this net up, and then we can work on this. So let me go ahead and do this. In preparing to close this net, I want to thank everybody who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been Frank, WAECT, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, we'll close the net with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 check-ins, myself included, at 9:46 p.m. Thanks, and 73, this is WAECT.
WO3X, John, are you still out there? This is Buck, NAYRX.
That's not the 3855, right?
Patrol 357 Magnum with the blued barrel